We are here at the 2024 Hamptons International Film Festival speaking with
Jacqueline Baylon.
Hi Jacqueline,
Hi.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Tell me a little about your film that's in the festival this year.
Yeah, so my film is called Until He's Back, and it's about a Moroccan father trying to bring back home the remains of his son who died trying to get to Spain. So he was crossing the Mediterranean on a dinghy or on a boat, and unfortunately he died trying, and his body was found on the Spanish beach.
Interesting. How did this subject matter come about?
Yeah, so I have been a journalist most of my career, and I have always, being an immigrant myself from Mexico and having crossed the Rio Grande to come to the U.S., immigration and migration stories have always spoken to me and have been sort of like what I've covered. And so the last few years I've been spending a lot of time in Spain, and I realized that there's a lot of immigration issues in Europe, you know, as we all know, but once you're there, it kind of hits home. And I was just really shocked to see how many parallels there were between where I was living, you know, on the El Paso, Texas, Mexico border, and in Spain, Morocco, we're sort of having like similar immigration issues. So anyway, after like sort of like diving into the culture and life in Spain, I decided to pursue the story of the bodies that nobody ever really talks about. They're usually just a number. Nobody really takes the time to understand who these individuals were. So yeah.
So what do you hope from the film itself, the message that people take from it after they've seen the film? What do you hope that audiences leave knowing or having feelings about immigration in general?
I mean, honestly, I think it's just humanizing the fact that people don't leave home because they want to, but because they have to or out of necessity. And we're at a time right now where literally everybody's leaving their home, and it's not just, you know, Moroccans or Mexicans or Latin Americans trying to get to the US or Europe. I mean, there's people evacuating in Florida because of the hurricane. The climate change is only going to make things worse. It's just that some people are able to immigrate with means, but a large number of people cannot. So it's just really trying to humanize those who can't afford to just pick up and move.
Yeah. Do you feel like the immigration process is very faulted with the fact that it's making it harder for people to emigrate the right way from one country to the other? Do you feel like that process is more complex or too expensive or an issue, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, all those things.
Yeah.
I think it's extremely difficult for some people to get a visa. So Moroccans who have passports cannot travel to Spain without a visa. Many Latin Americans, including Mexicans, can't travel to the United States without an actual visa. They can't just show their passport and come in. So yeah, there's a lot of ways in which governments can definitely make it easier for people to not have the temptation to not do it, you know, the way that people think is the right way. And so they're forced to do it in some, you know, crazy way, like trying to cross the Mediterranean and then risking their life.
Yeah. So you're here in the Hamptons
Yeah.
now, celebrating this film's world premiere screening. No, okay. How has your festival tour been with this film going?
Yeah, it's been great. Luckily, it's a really tough subject and topic, but it's been getting a really good reception. We started in February at Big Sky Documentary Film Festival, and we won Best Documentary Short there. And then I've been at SF Films, so San Francisco International Film Festival, Mountain Film. We're headed to Doc NYC and Woodstock next. I think I've had something every month, which has been truly, yes. Yeah, and I mean, like, and some places in Europe as well. I mean, my biggest goal is for people to watch this film so that they come away with or at least knowing about the fact that people not everybody gets to say goodbye. And it's really a film about closure, essentially.
Since this is a doc short, would you want to take this and then turn it into a doc feature after it goes through this circuit? Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I made what I wanted to make with this one. I think I would maybe pursue a different sort of subject, or maybe same subject matter, but like a different aspect of it. So it's kind of a complicated short because it's 39.41 minutes. So.
Oh wow, it's a long short.
So it's a healthy short.
Yes, yes.
I've been told that
a featurette.
Yeah,
type
it's
thing?
a featurette. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that from you.
Go ahead.
It's a
take
featurette.
it.
But I've been told luckily that it earns its length, but that so I feel like I created what I wanted to create, and I'm interested in themes of migration and experiences that are beyond just someone's journey, right? It's not just getting from point A to point B, but everything that surrounds the topic of having to leave home or start over. So.
In closing, where can people go to find out more about this film so that they can track your journeys, to find out more about it, and then get involved to experience the project?
Yeah, so I have a website. It's called untilhe'sback.com, and for right now we're headed to Woodstock next week, and then Doc NYC in November, and then we are trying to do an Oscar run. So
very good. Well, it seems like you'd be very busy, and we know that a lot of audiences have seen it and will continue to see it on your tour. So we'd like to congratulate you and wish you all the best here in the Hamptons.
Thank you.